All right, so all right, back to back videos today. I'm a little tired, so I apologize if I'm a little bit, kind of mellow. I'm about to go head out, chill with some family members. Man, this whole day, man, I've just been grinding. So that's just how you basically, if you've been grinding the whole day, then you know you're doing something right. You shouldn't be having any energy towards the night, because I know a lot of people in my life that have so much energy. They call themselves night owls, but in all reality, it's just them not taking care of business in the daytime, and they can't sleep. That's just basically your body saying you didn't take care of business. If you're still awake in the nighttime, right? If you're not drained of any energy, then you're doing something wrong. Remember that. If you haven't worked out, if you haven't took care of anything, any business, if you haven't done any chores, if you didn't run any errands, just know that you're doing something wrong. Uh, so that's something that I've just kind of observed, like just living here, being in an environment where there's people as old as me, because I remember, every summer I just have this kind of like a lone feeling, in my heart, just not being around people. Just it wasn't good, because not being able to connect with people that are on the same level as me, or trying to get to the same level as me. I just feel kind of empty. But now I understand, because a lot of people nowadays want people to turn into like some kind of introverts, and there's a problem with becoming an introvert that people don't tell you. People will tell you, oh, well, you got to focus on yourself more. Oh, well, you got to self improve more. But when you're younger is when you actually want to get out there and talk the most. Because if you don't like talking to people, then you're not going to have a successful life. The most successful people are the people that talk the most, or people that communicate the most, you know. Uh, and usually introverts are the people that have the most suicidal tendencies, you know, scientifically speaking. They're the people that, are likely to shoot up schools. They're the people that are likely to start fights, because they feel like everybody and everything has just been falling apart, you know. Um, and they trust me, they want to get out there, they want to speak more, they want to speak from their heart. The people that speak their mind are the people that are free in life. They're people that value their freedom. They're not gonna let anyone put them down. They're not gonna let anyone try to tell them, oh, shh, be quiet, be quiet. What is this, a library? Are we in school? So it's just something to consider. You don't gotta be like always talking to everyone you see, but just kind of like, just kind of attempt at it, because I know, during quarantine, I was like in a pit, I was in a pit of like despair and darkness that I never want to like revisit again, because I was inside the whole time. I didn't do anything with my time. I was watching Netflix the whole time. I had nothing really to do. I got my homework done. I wasn't too bad in high school. I got decent grades. I got A's and B's. You know, and that's the problem with school. Like, I feel like the public school system has just kind of failed us to an extent where most people my age don't even know what to do with their lives. It takes them like more than 4 years to finish college, because they're still stuck wondering, what should I do, or what path I should go, what path should I follow. And that's why you see a lot of these student athletes, right? They manage their time well. They have good grades, but all of a sudden they end up taking their own lives. Why? Well, I can assume that they have some sort of stress that they've been dealing with, right? And I feel like it's a sort of like cat and mouse game, where like you're always chasing after something, figuratively speaking. It really just doesn't make sense, because it's good to socialize, talk to people, but at the same time you got to kind of balance it out, because if you're too out there, if you're basically too um if you're too social, it could have an adverse effect on you. It could be kind of detrimental because you always have to like start conversations, and now you're left wondering why at night, oh, do people actually really want to be friends with me, or am I just doing too much? Right? So you can kind of find to strike that balance. It's always good to find that balance because we live in a world where now on YouTube, people are telling people to stay to themselves the whole day. Don't talk to anybody. But that's not something that you want to do. Trust me, I've been there. I'm pretty sure tons of people have been there. Right? And that's something that people don't want to do, but they kind of look up to these people like some sort of idols, right? When they're just like anybody else. They're just like you. They have their own opinion, and it doesn't mean you got to follow their opinion. And that could be actually kind of scary too, because someone that you look up to could basically tell you something that doesn't work for you, or something that could actually hurt you, and you go try that thing, and then it ends up not working out, or you get in trouble for it. But that's just the society that has been formed, in this generation. In past generations, there was really no repercussions to, following other people, because there wasn't really internet. The type of role models, the type of leaders, the type of mentors that we had, right? There were mentors that you knew, that you trusted, that you instilled trust and reliability in, that you thought were credible people, right? There weren't just people on your screen that you're just gonna go along with what they say and then see what happens. No, it was people in the park. It was people in the street corner. It was people in a bakery. People that you always saw every day. That you look for advice, and they wouldn't lead you astray. They wouldn't lead you down a dark path. So I feel like now it's just all changed now. Like people are afraid to actually like talk to their family members about things they've been dealing with. They trust a therapist more than their own family. They trust someone with a degree trying to get your money. Because that's all a therapist is. That's all, all these people, self-help people are. They're just people that want your money. They're making a living off you. When you could just deal with it yourself, or you could just talk to somebody that you actually know, someone that you trust, someone that you see every single day. But people don't want to do that because they feel like it's embarrassing. They feel like something bad is gonna happen to them. They feel like it's just not gonna work out. Their family members are gonna see them a different way. And it's like, if you don't even trust your own family, then who can you really trust? And that's just the whole thing. Like, I feel like everything is just a pyramid scheme. It's a whole big pyramid scheme. Like, all these people that want to help you, they're people that want your money as well. If you go to like a monk, right? If you go to a monk in India, or go to a monk in China, and you ask for advice, they're not gonna ask you like, okay, you got to pay me $20 if you want to hear my advice. No, a monk doesn't tell you that. A monk just tells you from the bottom of their heart. They don't do it for money. I feel like everything is just to make a living, and it's really not even all that bad if you look at it, because that person that wants basically to give their time, you also have to give them money, and they also have to provide for their family and stuff. So I understand in that aspect, but I just feel like it's kind of like changed, since for past generations. It's always been evolving. It's now, I feel like we're not even gonna need therapists in a few decades from now. I feel like we're just gonna rely on some kind of robots, or the screen, or something like AI programming to relate to. And it's already been happening. I mean, obviously with YouTube and like Netflix, something to share connection with. But then again, everything is built on the foundation of money, and that's what everything's for. That's basically a lot of people's main ambition in life. Their main drive is to have as much money as possible. What the hell is that going to change? If I get $1 million tomorrow, what's going to change? You know, I might invest maybe half of that into some sort of stock, or maybe invest the other half into, you know, my into some savings or to some emergency funds. You know, maybe donate some to charity, get a car. Like, it's all these sort of things that you could really do with money. Um, and a lot of people really use it to gain some sort of like confidence from that. And that's not really a good thing to do, right? You're not trying to gain confidence by seeing how much money you can get. Just try to um, basically outflex the other person, if you can call it that. I never really got that. I never really understood the 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 reason for that, and I just think it's kind of silly. You know, people are kids. People are kids, man. You can't really believe it. You know, it takes one to know one. I know a bunch of people that still, you know, go on Facebook and, you know, show off their cars and stuff. You know, that I think everyone just wants to be a kid again, honestly. I don't think anyone actually want to be like real adults. I feel like everyone just wants to be like 12 again, or want to be 8 again. You know, but that's not the reality of it. It really isn't. And but I don't want to make this video too long. This video's all over the place. I think that's a good thing, you know. But now, definitely in the future, I want to make different types of videos. I want to see what I'm capable of. You know, as a human being, you want to see the things that work best for you. You know, and that's just to do everything. Whether it doesn't work or not, it doesn't matter. This is all an experiment, right? This is all an experiment. And honestly, my motivation for these videos, or my motive, is really just to see who benefits from this. And if anybody doesn't benefit from this, so be it. Then there's something else I might do that someone else might benefit from it. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.